yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it's the best purchase we've ever made.
Yeah, I concur.
Hey, you've got a cute butt. I wish that it had an option to go
Your favorite sound.
Yes, I want that sound played on a never-ending loop at my funeral.
I understand.
Oh, a guest! So yes, it's day 5 of Booktube-A-Thon 2017. Ma'am, could you lie down, please?
Not on the computer, please.
Not on the computer, or the book, or the megaphone.
Lay down.
Just don't be anywhere right now.
Here, lay down.
It's
Good pup. What a good pup.
It's silly. She listens so well. Can you tell her obedience is really pink? Oh, thank you.
Oh.
So, we're gonna watch the day 5 challenge together. I'd be lying if I said I didn't watch at least a little bit of it, because we're going to Cincinnati in a few hours, and I want to know as much as possible. But I'll show you guys what the challenge is, and we can experience it together. Chandra too.
Hey Booktube-A-Thon, my name is Marissa and I'm from the channel Little Spider 9, and I am here to give you guys today's video challenge. So today's video challenge is the class reading list challenge. Basically for this challenge I want you guys to imagine that you can teach or be a part of a class on any topic you want. And I mean any topic, just as long as you can come up with a reading list for it. I want you guys to include at least one of your Booktube-A-Thon TBR reads.
Cool.
You got here without coffee and donuts!
Will win a $50 gift card to
Didn't answer your phone.
You didn't call me!
I did.
Jonathan, I swear to God, if I go to my missed calls, oh look, I don't have any missed calls, because you didn't call me.
Blame it on Verizon. Jesus.
The betrayal I felt when you entered this home without coffee and donuts is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. We have to create an imaginary or hypothetical class that we would like to teach and make a reading list, and then have one of the books in the reading list be from our Booktube-A-Thon TBR. I have 2 ideas. I have an idea for teaching a class all about mental illness in young adult literature. I think that would be really cool, but I would also like to teach a class all about how problematic the Manic Pixie Dream girl trope is.
Are you reading a book with a Manic Pixie Dream Girl in your...
I think that I would like to argue that Sloane from Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson is Emily's Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Just in not in a romantic way.
Okay.
Because the way that she wrote Sloane in Emily's voice is very much like a parallel to how male narrators talk about their Manic Pixie Dream Girls. And I think that would be interesting. So I'm going to do 2 reading lists because I'm extra. Would you like to do a reading list, John?
I'm along for the ride.
The mental illness in young adult literature, my Booktube-A-Thon TBR pick would definitely be The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. Our main character, Mikey, has obsessive compulsive disorder, and his sister, Mel, is recovering from anorexia nervosa. And I think that this is a really great representation of mental illness in young adult literature. Also going to include Perks of Being the Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, which is also part of my Booktube-A-Thon TBR. Representation of Charlie's mental illness and him recovering from, I would argue that Charlie has a touch of PTSD as well. It's just buried deep down because he didn't remember the traumatic event until the end of the book.
I can go with that.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of PTSD, as weird as it sounds, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is a great representation of PTSD. If anyone whines about Harry being angsty in the 5th book when he clearly is having, like, telltale signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, I'll fight you. I'll do it.
She'll fight anybody.
I don't want to do another OCD book, but I read a lot of OCD books.
I understand.
Because I have OCD. I think it's right to...
Do you have OCD?
I do. Jonathan! Did you lock the doors when you got in here?
Yes.
Right.
I actually did not.
You can't do that to me. Oh, you didn't! The last mental illness book that I would like to mention is History is All You've Left Me by Adam Silvera. I think that History is All You Left Me is fantastic representation of OCD and about dealing with grief, and I just think that teaching mental illness in young adult literature, especially for like late high school kids or early college students, is so important because people being able to see themselves represented in the books they read is very instrumental to dealing with those mental illnesses. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And then for the Manic Pixie Dream Girl class, I think I can speak on this pretty well because I wrote a paper in my first year of college about how harmful the Manic Pixie Dream Girl trope is for young adult women when they're starting out reading those books, and how damaging it was for me because I felt that was a trope that I had to confine myself to for people to find me interesting or alluring. Since You've Been Gone is definitely a really good example of that in a platonic way, but I think that
And from a female's perspective.
And from a female's perspective, yes. Because it's not just Manic Pixie Dream Girls ensnaring these boys and making these boys feel worthwhile, they can also make their friends feel worthwhile and all this stuff. Usually it's in a love interest type of way, and the best representation, the best mentioning of the Manic Pixie Dream Girl trope is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I couldn't talk about this trope without mentioning that book. But John Green said it in interviews. I'm not sure if she's intentionally supposed to be a Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
She has to be intentional. Everything about that book is intentional. And the fact that, we were talking about it, I think that he did it on purpose, but he barely describes her.
Yeah.
It's just oh yeah, she's got hair and a face, but look at what she does.
Look at what she does for other people. Look at how she benefits this young man, because that's the important part of the story.
Yo, and I want to give an honorable mention to the mental illness and mention the magicians, because Quentin Coldwater is the perfect, it's not young adult, I don't think.
I think it's just general fantasy.
Yeah, but Quentin Coldwater, he's a high school student. It should be young adult. Well, whatever. His depression is it's noted so well in the books. It's done so well. Because even when he gets everything he wants, he's still depressed, and it just kind of goes to show that depression isn't something that you can just you be fine with. You can have everything in the entire world, and depression will still get to you because it's a disease and it's a mental illness, and it needs to be talked about. And I think that The Magicians does it does a great job of explaining that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, thank you for that contribution, Jonathan. Chandra, do you have anything to say?
I think that's a no.
The Day 5 video challenge. This is John. John decided to hang out with us today.
It was nice.
We should go out sometime.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
You wanna go out with me?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Maybe I'll take you bowling tomorrow.
Made those plans in advance. Now I have to do the Instagram challenge. I'm not gonna lie to you, because you know what? This relationship is built on complete honesty. I looked at the Instagram challenge at 5 o'clock this morning when I took her out to the bathroom, so I know what it is already.
Cheater.
It's to take a picture of your current read with food. I was gonna do this really cute aesthetic photo with my Starbucks and donuts and all these things, but
I forgot the coffee and the donuts.
our bowling date has been canceled. I'll check back in a bit when I've done some reading. Any final thoughts, Jonathan?
I think this was a fantastic experience, and I'm happy to have spent it with you.
Oh, Chandra, you have any final thoughts? So we're hitting the road, heading to old Sin City.
Yes.
I never really explained why we're going to Cincinnati. John's actually in a band, and he's playing a show down there today.
We're terrible, please come.
That's what I said in my my mid-year book freakout tag when I said I had my own Scott Pilgrim. That's this guy.
You know, I do try.
You succeed. So yeah, we're on our way. I think we're getting some food and some caffeination and head on down there. It's about like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive down there. So I should get some reading done. I brought 2 books with me just in case I'm feeling
Froggy.
extra. Yeah, feeling real froggy. We made it safe and sound to Cincinnati. We stopped for lunch and Starbucks and all that jazz. I posted my Instagram photo, which is right here. And I read like 50 or 60 pages of The Rest of Us Just Live Here. So I took a Bo Burnham break to jam out to Bo Burnham, but we're parked and look, I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna get out and get closer, but look at this wall. It's so neat. That guy over there's like, oh, so much filming me. Oh my god. I think, how did those guys get all the way up there to do it? I just think that people who do graffiti are so cool. You don't have to load until 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have like an hour and a half to just kill and hang out. So I'll probably take some photos, get some reading done maybe. I'll check back in maybe before we head back home.
You know what you were doing and you know just what you've done. How dare you say you miss me with your spit still on his tongue. Get off my mind, get back my heart and stay the fuck away from me. I know I couldn't give you much, but I know I gave my best.
You were always my princess, and now he's sliding off your dress. And I know I gave the world everything I've ever had. Johnny Cash said love would burn. I never thought it hurt this bad. God damn it.
So we're home from
Poofs.
Little poofers.
Where did poofers come from?
We're home from Cincinnati. How did you have a good time, John?
I did.
Yay! We got very spur of the moment tattoos. John had a great show, and I read 45 pages on the way there of The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness, which Chandra is laying on. Not my best Booktube-A-Thon, but still a pretty good day considering how much we did and all the running around we were doing, and the fact that I got a sporadic tattoo. It's fine. Tomorrow should be better. I think we're having just a lazy day tomorrow, right?
Oh yeah.
We might go to Barnes & Noble and do some window shopping, but other than that, it's gonna be a lazy day. So I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm pretty excited.
So we'll see you tomorrow.